Hello there. If you're watching this, you're either my economics teacher or someone who's interested in Whole Foods. Whole Foods is a supermarket chain that sells organic and natural products to its customers. As their mission statement states, that felt a bit redundant. Our whole business is about making a difference in the lives of our team members and the customers we serve, and in the communities and environments in which we operate. Whole Foods, whole people, whole planet. So they're really not just a supermarket chain, they're a company that focuses on community involvement, environmental responsibility, and aid to third world countries. The first Whole Foods was started up in 1980 in Austin, Texas by John Mackey, Renee Lawson-Hardy, Craig Weller, and Mark Skiles. These four took a pretty bold risk in starting up an organic supermarket in Austin, Texas, not just because Texas is one of the most conservative states in the country, but also the fact that there were only 6 organic supermarkets at the time that they opened this shop up. About a year after the first Whole Foods was established, a pretty bad flood nearly wiped out their entire inventory, and they pretty much had to start fresh. It seemed as though they weren't going to be able to continue, but due to the efforts of people who supported the company, they were able to reopen within months. After this incident, expansion began, first in the state of Texas and then in Louisiana. Then in the 1990s, they started to merge with other natural markets. By 2004, Whole Foods had stores operating in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada. As of 2009, there were 284 of those stores opened, 273 being in the US, 6 in Canada, and 5 in the United Kingdom. Whole Foods has a pretty unique approach as to how they run their business. Whole Foods has a decentralized structure, which pretty much means that the individual stores operate almost autonomously. The employees are responsible for a lot of the decision making.
Hey, you there.
Who, me?
What are you doing?
Well, I'm just making a shopping list on a giant piece of paper.
Why?
Why? It's the only type of paper that my family...
Not that. Why are you shopping at Whole Foods?
What's a Whole Foods?
Whole Foods where all the good stuff's sold. We're mindful of the environment and you.
Well, that sounds great. I guess I'll have to shop there now. Thank you, Omnipotent Voice.
Anytime. Anytime.
Alright, time for phase 2 of this video. It's getting a little bit late right now. This was clearly not recorded at the same time as the first part. Let's go. Whole Foods has done a lot of good things throughout its history to boost its reputation. Last year, the company launched an initiative to reduce their energy consumption by 25%. That's pretty impressive given that they're one of the greenest companies in the world. They've already shown signs that they are following through with this initiative. One of their newest stores in California runs off of a hydrogen fuel cell. In addition to being a very environmentally friendly company, they are also very generous to third world countries. One of Whole Foods' proudest achievements is their Whole Planet Foundation. This foundation provides microloans to women workers in third world countries. This benefits both sides. It ensures Whole Foods that they'll continue receiving high-quality products from the countries, and it also ensures that the workers can continue to pursue their own ideas without the restrictions of poverty. In addition to the Whole Planet Foundation, they've also joined the Marine Stewardship Council, which is an international organization that supports sustainable fisheries and ethical fishing, and they've also founded an Animal Compassion Foundation, which supports the humane treatment of farm animals. As for job opportunities, Whole Foods is consistently ranked in the Forbes Top 100 Best Companies to Work For. Whole Foods hires employees that come from all over the world, even though they're only based in 3 countries. The company also provides great benefits for its workers, including but not limited to paid time off and health insurance. Forgot to mention that Whole Foods is consistently listed in Forbes 100 Best Companies to Work For. In fact, ever since the list has existed, starting in 1998 to the present. They've also received a slew of awards from the EPA. In 2004 and 2005, they received the Green Power Leadership Award, and they were the EPA's Partner of the Year in 2006, 2007, 2010. The CEO of Whole Foods, John Mackey, was listed as one of the world's best CEOs by Barron's. Speaking of John Mackey, a couple of years ago he wrote an opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal against Obama's proposed healthcare reform. Being that Whole Foods has backed a lot of liberal causes in the past, this caused a fair amount of backlash among the Whole Foods community. Many customers even wanted to stage a Whole Foods boycott. Of course, a few days after this opinion piece was published, John Mackey backed down a little bit. He released a statement saying that his views did not reflect Whole Foods' views as a whole, and that succeeded in quelling some of the animosity. Other than that, though, Whole Foods has a pretty clean track record, and there's not a lot of controversy to report. I think that the only direction for Whole Foods is up. It'll continue to develop new and exciting ways to promote energy efficiency and international awareness through its platform as a supermarket powerhouse. And as people become more aware of the benefits both for themselves and the environment of using natural and organic products, Whole Foods will reap the benefits, being that they're the figurehead of the movement. Of course, one thing that the company will have to work on is their cost effectiveness. On talking to several people about Whole Foods, a common complaint is that the supermarket's just too expensive. So once the company manages to provide their products at a reasonable price, I think more and more people will go there. So I don't see them going away anytime soon. Thus concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.